The school superintendent, Jeff Beal, and assistant superintendent for communications and community relations, Kriss Giannetti. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You fit all that on the business card?
I have 2 business cards. It goes right around.
We give her more titles every time I come
There
up
you
with
go.
something else for
There
her
you
to
go.
do.
Well, since I do most of the work, I need most of the title.
Great team, great leadership. It's just so exciting around the campuses. We had a chance to be out. Thank you guys for letting us host Media Day at the Glick. We were able to bring, of course, the Vikings in, but 18 other teams from around the area and coaching staffs. And the guys kind of watching the other teams look around in awe. It was pretty cool to see. I mean, that's just something else.
Well, it is, but then, I think we talked about it, kind of that area outside the concession stand, the fan plaza, if you will. Once we get those picnic tables set up and you start to see what it looks like on game night, it really is just going to be one of those venues. It's going to be something special.
Yeah, I was over there, and most of the kids from those surrounding school teams had never set foot in there, and it was jaw-dropping, and it was neat to see.
Yeah, it was.
I've been watching the construction at Sharp Park Academy. I think there's a race between the construction crews and the calendar.
Do you remember last year we were paving on Sunday for kids to come on Monday?
Yeah.
That's how I feel like we are. Yeah. You're exactly right. The first hurdle is kindergarten camp coming up here in 2 weeks? 2 weeks from today.
Yeah, the 14th,
Yeah, so 10 days. So we're right up against it, and so we're talking to our contractors, we're talking to our construction managers on a daily basis. Yeah. How much progress is, where are we at? Who's working this weekend? Because there's a lot of weekend and overtime work that's going in, trying to pull that off to get it up and running.
And we have to make last minute decisions about it, right? Like, so a decision that we could make today is much like the road construction. We don't know what the first day of the school is going to look like as far as bus routing.
Sure.
We know what we look like today, but it could change in a minute. So it's not like we can make those decisions and say, okay, we know what's going to happen. We're hoping for the best, and we think.
Yeah, but I've been saying this all along. It's one of those pieces where the construction, while inconvenient, certainly makes us all better in the long run. And we may open the building up, or we will open the building up here in a few weeks. And, there's going to be lots of work still to happen. Mm-hmm. I'm really predicting that all of the kind of bells and whistles, all of the final touches for Sharp Park probably won't be really in place until closer to Thanksgiving, Christmas time. Just as right now I just want to get walls up. Can I get a wall up? Parking lot down.
The road to progress always under construction.
And we're lucky too, because our principal Jasper Lusby and the entire staff there, if you can give them something to solve, they'll solve it and figure it out. So that's a good thing for us. We have a really good staff there and really great families that will work with us. So we'll get there.
I saw Meet Up and Eat Up at Loomis Park yesterday. There's one downtown at the library. They're all over town.
That goes through the 11th, I think?
Yes, it goes through the 11th. Just today, we are not having it at Cascades because today is our new employee orientation that we now have done for the last 3 years, which is a big event for all our new employees who start with us. So just today, it won't be at Cascades, but then it resumes back at Cascades tomorrow too.
Yeah, a lot of new employees at new buildings. And Hunt's getting ready to start next week.
Well, let's see. 1 week from today, literally, I think, is Hunt's first day of school. That's always an exciting time for me. And we do have a lot of new employees. I think somewhere in the ballpark of about 30, 35 new employees. And that includes some new positions. That includes, obviously, a lot of support staff that come in there. It's not all just new teachers and so on. But we've been, we're very aggressive in the marketplace. JPS wants to position itself to go out and recruit the best people. We want to recruit people from other districts. We want to recruit people straight out of college. We build some amazing relationships. And, it's this start, like what Kriss was talking about, our new employee orientation, some of that onboarding, some of that, this is what it means to be a Viking. This is who we are. And these are the people. We introduce them at this meeting to their mentors, so they get kind of that relationship right from the get-go before ever comes to, they ever come to school. And that's just one of those soft touches, right? So there's a lot of work, and I tip my hat to Jessica Carter and the Human Resources, the rest of that staff there. They are doing a fabulous job.
In Hollywood, you can get a bus tour and to see where all the stars live. Well, you guys do that for the
And
new
I
teachers.
need that. Imagine that.
Actually, here in just a little bit, she's
Yeah,
going to be
we do
doing
that. Yeah, and, you know, from my former life, you remember that, that I had done that in a former life, and so we started this. But it's a great thing to. So what people kind of don't realize is when someone gets hired for, like, let's say they're an elementary teacher and they're out at Hunt, they don't necessarily understand what the district is as a whole, how many elementary schools we have, what our high school looks like, what our middle school looks like, or maybe they're not even from Jackson.
Right.
And so this year, though, we're going to be using one of our new buses,
Yep, the
and
electric
it will be
buses.
air conditioned.
Nice.
So I'm thrilled to do it this year because I've been on a school. Do you know what that's like to face backwards driving in a school bus? But in addition to that, then we get to Cascades and we have every station there is for our new staff, HR, because you know there's a retirement system. They get all their JPS gear
Yeah.
so that they can start off the year being able to dress like everybody else and,
cool.
and do those things. So we've really changed the way we've done that, and that is our HR department for sure. Jessica
Yeah.
Carter and Carrie and Sarah have done an amazing job at that. Really,
no shortage of gear for the Vikings. I like what you guys do for the kids. You have a kindergarten kickoff camp, and then you also have a step up for middle schoolers. It's hard for the parents and kids at those two junctures of school. It's really cool you guys are doing that.
There's a couple places we talk about this as you kind of go through, and that movement from 5th to 6th grade is without a doubt one of those. I got to change classes at Parkside's this big building, and I remember taking my own kids through there and going, okay, here's your schedule. Now let me show you where all your classes are at. Now you go run through the building and show me how you know how to get from all these places. And it takes them about 32 seconds, and they all know exactly where to go, and they're having a great time with all their friends. But there's some apprehension that goes along with that. And certainly there's apprehension for parents as they go from, well, I've got my one teacher who has been fabulous to me in this building I've been in for 6 years, and it's all I've ever known, to going to someplace new. So we make a big deal out of it. We certainly want to help those students feel comfortable. We want to help those families feel comfortable. We want to talk to them about how to engage with their teachers, how to make certain that they're comfortable in the building, moving throughout the building. Like I said, where's the restroom? Where's the cafeteria? You know, how do I get to the band room? It's in a whole different building. Where is that? You know, all of those things. And then they start to realize all the classes that they can take, right? They start to look at all the electives. They start to talk about, you know, the things that, you know, from, it's not just PE anymore. It's not just, you know, music anymore or art. Now all of a sudden, you know, there's a lot going on, and you dip your toe into some of the world languages, and you start to think about, well, gosh, I could be traveling to Germany, or I could be doing some of those other things. Those are super exciting.
And with our camps, so they're each 3 days, right? So it does take that first day anxiety off, but it also helps the first day of school, right? So the first day of school is not all about getting this new group of people acclimated. They're already acclimated, so that makes our first day go well, because there's always something on first day, right, for everybody. And the kindergarten camps, I really think, help parents breathe. They're going to do something totally different that they haven't done yet, right? And so, and it is a big deal, and they get lunch and transportation. So if you haven't signed up and you have a kindergartner coming into any of our kindergartners except for Hunt, because they start next week already, just give us a call or go to our website, and then they're all August 14th, 17th, 8 a.m. to noon. And they include breakfast, lunch, and transportation to and from, so you don't have to do any of that. And then the step up is the same dates, but I think it's a little earlier. I think it's 7:30 to 11:30, and they also get transportation and lunch too. And it's a perfect opportunity. And we also find out too that over those 3 days, kids make some new friends that they would not have made yet, and that changes the first day of school.
Parents make new friends too.
Yes, they do.
sure.
Yeah, a little harder in middle school, right? Like when my kids were in elementary school, we were all so friendly to
Everyone's
each other.
happier.
Yeah, by the time we get to middle school, it's like, no, listen, my kid's probably gonna do something, so we should probably not be friends. But yeah, it's harder because there's not that interaction with parents as much, you know, at the building. So.
Jackson County Early College is also an option for JPS students. In fact, right now, anyone can enroll to any of the schools, but you also have enrollment college information too.
Well, this is a big time of year, especially for juniors. So remember that Jackson County Early College allows students to earn up to 60 college credits at the district's expense. So we pick up the tab on it. We cover the books and the technology and all of that. We have a success navigator from JC who comes to the high school, helps kids with the scheduling and so on. But if you are a junior, you have to sign up. This is the caveat. If you want to participate in this program, you have to sign up no later than September of your junior year. If it hits October, you've already missed it, and there's no way for us to go back because that's kind of how the state sets up the funding for it. But it allows students to stay for a 13th year. Like I said, they can earn credentials or a certificate or an associate's degree. And the nice thing about our early college is if you get the Michigan transfer agreement, all of those credits transfer to any college in Michigan. And that's what we push for us. How do I make certain that what you take here goes with you no matter where you want to go?
Giving kids a great head start.
I can't express it enough. If parents aren't taking advantage of it, if students aren't taking advantage of it, they're missing out. It doesn't matter if you think you're going to U of M or you want to go, to one of the directionals here in the state. It doesn't really even matter what you want to do. Maybe you're going, I don't know if I want to even go on to college. Not a big deal because we can get you a certificate so when you walk out, you can go work at the hospital or you can go work. I mean, there's opportunities there.
Let's take a look at the open house calendar. This is just some of the dates that JPS families will want to be aware of, but everything's on social media and on your website.
You know it is.
And we're blasting this out too, but you're without a doubt, so there's a lot coming up. Obviously, we've got Hunt, that'll be the first one out the door, and staff are back next week on Monday, Tuesday, and then students on Wednesday. That'll be a nice event. And then you see either the 21st or the 22nd. And some of that's just simply for staffing purposes because we'll have transportation there, we'll have food service there, we'll have all of the different departments at these open houses so that we can help answer questions so that when mom shows up and goes, okay, is the bus stop at the same place or the same time? And we can assist with all of those things kind of stepping forward.
And we don't want to shock anybody, but school starts for Hunt on the 9th and the rest of the world on the 23rd. So when you wake up on the 23rd and you see the bus go by, school has started. Yes, it's a half day. So we just want to remind everybody, I cannot tell you how many times I get a phone call. I just saw the bus go by. Did we start?
We did.
Yes. We weren't going to mention it this year.
Yeah.
We're keeping that a secret.
Yeah,
but
we'll start the second week. Yeah, and you want to start the
come when
first
you're
day.
ready.
It's coming back to school.
Oh,
Thanks,
it is
thanks,
coming,
guys.
yes.
Like
Thank
the
you.
best kept secret,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Thanks
Jeff
for being
Beal
positive.
and Kriss Giannetti from Jackson Public Schools. More of the morning show after this.